Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 25 November 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. First, let us find the stocks near demand and supply zones to different time frames, starting with half-yearly time frame. Stocks near half-yearly demand zone. We did not get any stocks. Next, half-yearly time frame. Stocks near half-yearly supply zone. We got one stock. I'm giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. I request you pause the video and study the report. In case if you doesn't understand this report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. In that video, I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, let's move on to the next report. Next time frame is quarterly. Stocks near quarterly demand zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Next, quarterly time frame. Stocks near quarterly supply zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Next, time frame is monthly. Stocks near monthly demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next, monthly time frame. Stocks near monthly supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is weekly. Stocks near weekly demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Next, weekly time frame. Stocks near supply zone, weekly supply zone. 9 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is daily. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let us identify high liquidity demand zones from this list. Oberoi Realty is having a daily high liquidity demand zone. We have only one high liquidity demand zone from this list. Okay, next, daily time frame. Let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Let us identify high liquidity daily supply zones from this list. Muthoot Finance is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. So we have only one stock from this list. Okay, next time frame is 125 minutes. Stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Next, 125 minutes time frame. Stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 14 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. We got 5 stocks are filtered. And high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone. Coromandel is having a daily 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone. ICICI Prudential and Ultra Tech Cement. So we have 3 high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones from this list. Okay, next 75 minutes time frame. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. 14 stocks are filtered. Let us identify high liquidities 75 minute supply zones from this list. Canara Bank is having a high liquidity 75 minute supply zone. Divi Slab is a high liquidity 75 minute supply zone. NTPC is a high liquidity 75 minute supply zone. So we have identified 3 high liquidity 75 minute supply zones from this list. Okay, next time frame is 25 minutes. Stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Next 25 minutes time frame, stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes, stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Next 15 minutes time frame, stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. 12 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 5 minutes, stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Next 5 minutes time frame, stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. 13 stocks are filtered. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones, also identified daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. Next, let us generate NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Let's start with NIFTY monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Always look into zone column to find high liquidity zones. Look into pierced column to find the pierced zones. Look into LTF trend to find the current trend of the current time frame you have selected. Follow these rules for the remaining time frames. Okay, next time frame is weekly and a weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is a daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 125 minutes and 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 75 minutes and 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, this is about NIFTY. Next, BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. So it should be NIFTY Bank. And starting with monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 125 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 75 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 25 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 15 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 5 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So with this we have completed BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next, let us generate bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly and daily income trades. Monthly income trade bullish trade setup, entry time frame daily, entry zone demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, daily I am selecting bullish. This daily demand zone should not be pierced. So pierced count daily time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhances score 12. All filters are applied to daily demand zone. Let's filter the stocks. We got 13 stocks filtered supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frames are daily demand zones. Among these 13 daily demand zones, there could be some high probability supported zones might be available. We need to filter them based on zone confluence. So first filter is LTF demand zone confluence with ITF demand zone confluence. That is a daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. With this filter, we got 5 stocks. In all these 5 stocks, the daily zones are part of the weekly zones. And the weekly trend is up. If these 5 zones weekly EMA confluence is there, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, the weekly time frame, weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence filter is enabled. With this, we got 3 stocks. So these 3 demand zones are even more high probability setup zones that are supporting bullish trade setup, monthly income trade having weekly EMA confluence, and also zone confluence, daily zone with weekly zone confluence. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence, removing EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, daily demand zone with weekly demand zone already enabled, daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence, weekly demand zone with the monthly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got only 1 stock. If this stock daily zone is part of the weekly, both together part of the monthly demand zone. If monthly demand zone trend is up and it is having monthly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability trade setup supported stock. Let's verify. The EMA confluence, monthly time frame, monthly demand zone having monthly EMA confluence, and that is not having any monthly EMA confluence. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame daily, entry zone supply zone in bullish or bearish trade setup at daily entry time frame, selecting bearish. Daily supply zone should not be pierced. In the pierced count at a daily minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. All 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. We got 2 stocks. Currently these 2 are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frames are daily supply zones. And in these daily supply zones, there could be some high probability setup stocks based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. So in the supply zone confluence, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got both the stocks. And in both these stocks, the daily supply zone is part of the weekly supply zone and weekly trend is down. And if these weekly supply zones are having weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. So I enabled the filter. We got 1 stock. So this is even more high probability setup for bearish trade setup, monthly income trade. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, removing EMA filter. And 3 filters we should set in the supply zone. First filter is already enabled, daily with weekly. And next, daily supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. Weekly supply zone with weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got only 1 stock. And this is already filtered as a high probability. And monthly supply zone is having monthly EMA confluence, also already more EMA, more high probability setup. Let's verify in the EMA confluence, monthly time frame, monthly supply zone with monthly EMA confluence. Yes, it is filtered. This is a high probability bearish trade setup stock. Okay, next one is weekly income trade bullish trade setup. Entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone demand zone, bullish or bearish trade setup. At 75 minutes I am selecting bullish. 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhanced score is 12. All three filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. We got 9 stocks filtered, supporting weekly income trade bullish trade setup, entry time frame 75 minutes demand zones. In these 975 minutes demand zones, there could be some high probability setup zones might be available. Let us find them based on EMA and zone confluence. First, LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. Let's filter. That is 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 4 stocks. Within these 4, there could be even more high probability if daily zones are having daily EMA confluence, because 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone. Daily trend is up, and if daily demand zone is having daily EMA confluence, these 2 stocks are filtered. They are even more high probability setup supported zones. Okay. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. I am removing EMA filter. So in the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we need to set. First one is 75 with daily. Second one, 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone. Daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 3 stocks. In these 3, any stocks are having a weekly EMA, they are even more high probability setup, and trend should be uptrend. Weekly trend, that is HTF trend. So in the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. Let's filter. All the 3 stocks are filtered, but first one, EMA confluence does not add any advantage because it is a sideways trend. But remaining 2 are even more high probability setup supported stocks. So this is about a bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish. 75 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0. Maximum value 0, zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. All 3 filters are applied to 75 minute supply zone, and we got 9 stocks. And these 9 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, and entry zones are 75 minute supply zones. And in these 9 75 minute supply zones, there could be high probability setup zones might be available. We will identify based on the zone confluence, LTF and ITF, zone confluence filter, that is supply zone confluence filter, that is 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. We got 7 stocks out of 9, 7 are filtered. In this 7, we can identify even more high probability setup supported stocks if these 75 minute supply zone, these 75 minute supply zones are part of daily, and those daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence because daily trend is down, that is ITF trend. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, daily time frame, daily supply zone is having daily EMA confluence because 75 minute supply zone, entry supply zone is part of the daily supply zone. That's why daily zone we are looking for daily EMA confluence. We got 5 stocks. So these 5 stocks are more high probability setup supported stocks. Next, let us verify LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. I am removing EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Second one, 75 minute supply zone with weekly supply zone, and a daily supply zone with weekly supply zone. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we got 4 stocks. Out of these 4, except second one, remaining all are having downtrend, even HTF trend, that is weekly trend. That's why if those stocks are having weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. So in the EMA confluence at weekly time frame, because 75 minute zone is part of daily, both together part of weekly, That's why we are looking for weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence. We got 2 stocks. Second one is sideways, you can ignore, and first one downtrend. So it is even more high probability setup. Bearish trade setup stock for weekly income trade. Next, let us look for bullish trade setup, daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, I am selecting bullish. This 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum order enhance score 12. All 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zones. Now we got 15 stocks. All these 15 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes demand zones. In these 15 minutes demand zones, there could be some high probability setup zones might be available. Let's find them based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. So 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 15 stocks. In all these 15 demand zones, currently 15 minutes entry zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone. And this 75 minutes demand zone trend is uptrend. If any of these 75 minutes demand zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. With this, we got 3 stocks. So these 3 are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Next, let us identify based on LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. How to remove EMA filter. Then in the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we should set. First one is already enabled, 15 minutes with 75 minutes confluence. Next, 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 5 stocks. In all these 5 stocks, 15 minutes demand zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone. Both together again part of the daily demand zone. And daily trend is sideways in all, so no need to look for EMA confluence, because sideways trend EMA confluence does not give any extra advantage. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry zone supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes entry time frame, I am selecting bearish. This 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. In the pierced count, 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Odd enhance score should be 12 or more. And with all the 3 filters are applied to 15 minute supply zone. Now let's verify. We got 7 stocks. Currently these 7 15 minute supply zones are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. These entry zones are 15 minute supply zones. Out of these 7 15 minute supply zones, there could be some high probability supported stocks might be available. Supported zones might be available. Let's find them based on zone confluence. First filter is based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. With this filter, we got 6 stocks. Out of 7, 6 stocks. That means in all these 6 15 minutes supply zones are part of this 75 minute supply zone. And 75 minutes trend is down. If any of these 75 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, there could be even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, 75 minutes time frame, 75 minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 4 stocks. So these 4 are high probability setup zones. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. How to remove this EMA filter. LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we need to set 3 filters. First filter is 15-minute supply zone with 75-minute supply zone confluence is already enabled. 15-minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. 75-minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we got 4 stocks. In all these 4, except the first, remaining all HTF trend is downtrend. That means daily trend is downtrend. And 15 and 75 minutes supply zones together are part of the daily supply zone. In these 3 daily supply zones, they are having daily EMA confluence. They could be even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, a daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter, we got all the 3 stocks. So first one, anyway, it is sideways, so no need to, it does not give any additional advantage, but the second and third are even more high probability setup supported zones. So this is about bearish trade setup for daily income trade, and in the final report, let us look for ATRs, daily ATRs. Stop buffers based on daily ATR, let us generate. So first 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. So I'm scrolling the list down, whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. I'm scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.